All right, good evening and welcome to The Buzz with me, Delano, right here on Relax Radio. How are you doing? How has your week been for you? It's the end of the week. It's a Friday, the 19th of March, 4:30 p.m. is your time right now. It's looking nice and sunny a little bit at the moment with a few scattered clouds here and there. But something to be happy about is that it's the end of the work week for most at least, and you might get to stretch your legs out a little bit this weekend, or you'd probably have more work this weekend. I mean, work is not always at the office, right? You get work at home as well. You got responsibilities to look after, to make sure that everything is done. So yeah, I guess that's what being an adult is all about, right? Responsibilities, problems, solving all of those things. But if you do it with a positive mindset, you can get through anything. All right. That's what we've been talking about, right? These past few days, a positive mindset, fostering a positive mindset. And that's what Relax Radio is all about as well. Trying to foster as much positivity as we can, put it out there, spread the positivity, and everybody will be facing everything with a smile. Hopefully one day. All right. That's the dream. Anyway, just in case you're wondering who I am, I'm Delano once again, and I'll be with you till 7 p.m. right here on Relax Radio on the Buzz. And my topic for this hour is the do's and don'ts of creating a positive work culture. How to create a winning company culture that will attract candidates, retain top talent, and launch your business on the path to success. Now, this applies not just to the big companies, the big corporations, and whatnot. It could apply to the small businesses as well. Like if you've got two, three people working under you, or maybe a little bit of a bigger team, about 15 to 20 people. It doesn't matter the size. You creating a positive work culture will help you to attract candidates, retain top talent, and launch your business on the path to success. Now, your company culture is the shared set of values, beliefs, and attitudes that guide your organization, right? It's reflected in the way you treat your customers and employees and impacts the types of candidates you attract for open positions. And a strong company culture boosts productivity, decreases turnover, and improves employee engagement. Now, a culture will naturally form within every organization and sometimes to the detriment of the business, allowing negative behaviors and toxic attitudes to fester will cultivate an unfavorable work experience, don't you think? So that it's important to always create a foster a positive culture. But however, by being intentional with your core values and culture initiatives, you can create a positive work culture that will inspire your team and help your organization thrive. Now, I'm going to be covering the do's and don'ts of creating an exciting workplace culture and equip you with actionable tips so that you can use it in the office. All right. And it doesn't matter, even if you're an employee yourself and you're not an employer, if you're an employee, you still can suggest some of these things to your gaffers, to your bosses, and try and see if they can implement some of these things. And if they're doing some of the don'ts that I'm going to mention, then you can talk to them about that as well. Or you can put your suggestions across. And I hope you work in a place that loves to take suggestions from their employees, because that's an important thing there, right? If you work for a place, they need to be open to suggestions because not everybody's perfect, and you see different perspectives from different people that help a company grow and get better. So let me get into it now. How to create a positive work culture? To get started, building the company culture of your dreams, to start building the company culture of your dreams, first you need to lay out your core values. Now these have to be the foundation of everything that happens at your company and guide your organization's evolution. Now, dedicate as much time as you think is necessary to ensure that everyone in your company is aligned, and that includes leadership, long-term employees, and HR reps, so all significant parties can weigh in and give their perspectives. And in the end, you should have a concise list of values that accurately reflect your current company culture and long-term goals. All right. So then you need to think about the type of organizational culture that you want to create within your company, within your organization. You need to consider everything from the physical layout of the office to how frequently employees interact with their colleagues, managers, and members of the C-suite. From there, the real work begins. That's where the real work starts. You need to use the following do's and don'ts that I'm going to give you to create a positive work environment that aligns with your values and prevent negativity from fostering in your company's workplace. All right. So Let me get into the do's. The first one is to set clear departmental goals. All right. Now, you need to outline the objectives of each team so employees have tangible results to work toward. Not only will this help guide individual performance, but it will encourage collaboration between them, between the team members. So make sure there is room for feedback to adjust quotas and KPIs whenever needed. For an example, if a team is continually reaching their objectives without breaking a sweat, you might want to modify their target goals a bit to push production further, to push them a little bit further, uh, slightly out of their comfort zones, because having people work in their comfort zones all the time as well is not a good thing. You're not going to get the best out of them if you have them work in their comfort zones all the time. So set clear departmental goals. That is the first do in fostering a positive work culture. The second do is to promote the organization's goals. In addition to setting departmental goals, you need to make sure every employee is clear on the organization's long term objectives. That will help individuals cultivate a sense of professional purpose. And having a source of motivation beyond quarterly quotas will demonstrate the value each role has towards achieving the company's mission. So make sure to promote the organization's goals within your employees as well. All right, that is important. That is the second do. The third do is to promote diversity and inclusivity. This is something that's been brought into the limelight a lot over the last decade or two, right? Well, it's been a conversation for a long time now, right? Diversity and inclusivity, especially in the workplace. So create a positive, inclusive workplace culture by welcoming individuals from all backgrounds. Doesn't matter which background that person is from. If that person can get the job done, that's the person. All right. It doesn't matter if that person is a Hindu or a Muslim or from Africa or from South America, Japan, wherever that person is from, whatever culture that person is from, as long as the person can get the job done in your workplace, that is what matters, right? So, like I said, create a positive, inclusive workplace culture by welcoming individuals from all backgrounds and celebrate their differences as well. Encourage employees to share their pronouns with the rest of the team to promote inclusive language. Like you can ask them to teach each other the different words from their native languages and whatnot. And that helps people. Just imagine if one of your colleagues is from a foreign country and you know how to converse with that colleague, not in English but in a few words from that person's native language, that person is going to feel more welcome and more inclusive in the workplace, right? So that is an important thing as well, which you need to remember. To promote inclusive language and consider establishing a committee to contribute to diversity initiatives, work with HR to make diversity a part of your recruitment strategy, and ensure diversity and inclusion continue to be foundational elements as your organization grows. It is a positive, good thing for your company in the long term for you to promote diversity and inclusivity in your organizations. All right. The final point I'm going to cover for this particular segment, and I'll be back again with the rest of the do's and don'ts. Do a love for humor. Now, work has its stressful moments depending on the job you're doing. Some jobs are completely stressful right throughout. Uh, I personally think if you do something you love, you're not going to feel the stress as much, but you still will feel some degree of stress at least. All right. So work has its stressful moments, and being able to make a difficult situation more lighthearted is an invaluable skill. So, of course, the ultimate goal should be to resolve the problem, but a fresh perspective and positive outlook is more productive than the alternative, right? As Dale Carnegie said, people rarely succeed unless they are having fun in what they're doing. That is so true. And if you can afford to find the bright side and let your team know that you have their back, they are definitely going to return the favor by working even harder for you. All right. Let's talk about if you are an employee. Try to foster a little bit of humor around your colleagues, around your peers, and that will make things lighthearted. It will help deal with the stress even during stressful moments. Like, don't try to crack a joke all the time. You need to be smart about cracking a joke and when you can crack a joke and whatnot, around whom you can crack a joke. But whenever you can, just slightly pull those humor strings a little bit. and lighten up the mood a little bit, which will make your workplace a much, much more bearable place, if it is not bearable at all at the moment for you. So those were a few do's from how to create, or rather the do's and don'ts of creating a positive, fostering a positive work culture. Went through a few do's. I will give you a recap later on during the show. All right. But for now, we will get back to a little bit of a break, and then I'll be talking to you about the rest of the do's and don'ts of fostering a positive work culture and making a proper work environment for everybody to happily work in. Time for you right now is exactly 4:41 p.m. on Friday, the 19th of March. This is Relax Radio and The Buzz with me, Delano. Don't forget to download the app from the App Store or the Play Store. Just search for Relax Radio, RELAKS, so that you can listen to us on the app. And you also can follow us on Facebook and on YouTube. So currently going live on Facebook and YouTube as well. So yes, I'll be back again after a short break. This is Relax Radio. Make sure to keep it right here and not go anywhere else.